Okay, I think I'm actually live now. I might have done it without technical difficulties that time. There's a small chance that people are actually watching, in which case, thank you for showing up. And if no one's listening, then, well, at least I tried, and we're still going to have fun, even if it's just the three of us or however many people are here. But if you're in chat and you can actually hear me, I don't know, scream at me. Tell me that this is actually working. My self-esteem depends on it. Other than that,
Yay.
somebody just said sound is good. Other than that, I would like to filibuster for a little bit while we wait for people to show up and make sure that everything's working. So apologies, but we're just going to be yada yadaing for a little bit. Um, in the meantime, if you have a you're all wrong question that you'd like me to torture someone with, you should DM it to me on Discord. Discord link is back in chat and it should be in the description of this video. Um, DM that to me and I will take that and I will ask it to whoever shows up today. I invited a few people. Hopefully, we get 2 or 3 people, and we'll see how they do. I already got a few questions from people who had sent them to me throughout the day, and I have a few of my own, but we'll see how it goes. I'm seeing abolish the filibuster, and I'm seeing questions about the math problem on stream on screen right now. So does no one seriously know what that's from? 6 times 9 equals 42. Ah, you're breaking my heart. That's seriously the. Surely you know. Surely you know 42. Somebody in chat has to know the 42 joke from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right? Oh gosh.
I do. Yeah, the answer to life meaning in the universe or whatever.
Yeah, this was actually like the first YouTube video I ever made. I don't know if it's still up. I think it might be. Um, but basically, I I tried to explain the entire 42 joke because it's a lot more complicated than most people give it credit for. Like the original joke is that there's this race of super intelligent beings that solve everything in life. So all they do is um, pontificate about philosophy and meaning, and they obviously build the supercomputer that they designed to find the life, the universe, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And it says, well, the answer to find is going to take me about 7.5 billion years. So they wait, and they come back, 7 billion years later, and the computer is like, the answer is 42, and they're all disappointed. And the computer says, well, basically, your problem here is you didn't think to ask what the question was. I gave you the answer. So they're like, well, what's the ultimate question? And the computer's like, well, I can't tell you myself, but I can build you a computer that will. Um, and you will participate in that experiment, and that experiment will take 15 billion years. And that computer is Earth, like the planet that we live on, Earth. And the beings who built the computer are turned into mice and live on the planet. Um, there's a lot of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy lore. Mice are the most intelligent creatures in the universe, basically, at least on Earth. The second most intelligent creature is the dolphins, and the third most are the humans. Um, but basically, the Earth computer turns out, and then 15 billion years later, 15 minutes before it's about to spit out the ultimate question, um, it's destroyed by the Vogons, who are basically trying to make a um, space highway. So it goes away, and the mice are obviously very upset. So they chase down the only remaining humans who survived Earth's destruction, um, and they try to kill them. They're obviously unsuccessful because the humans are the protagonists of the story, but there's a bunch of adventures that stem from there. We learn that there's the ultimate question, right? That Earth was computing. Eventually, our heroes go back in time and they try to like figure out what the Earth was trying to compute, and they draw random numbers out of a Scrabble bag. and they get what do you get when you multiply 6 by 9? And the joke is that that's the ultimate question. 6 times 9 equals 42. Funnily enough, 6 times 9 is 42 in base 13. Um, Douglas Adams obviously did not intend that, but it's humorous nonetheless. Furthermore, there's a bunch of other lore. One human character actually knows the actual ultimate question, but it's erased from her memory. Um, as well as Marvin, the robot, learns it, and he just is so miserable he can't share it. Um, there's also an ultimate reason that kind of is about the why of the question that we never learn, but one other human character eventually learns. And the idea is that all three of those are mutually exclusive. If you know one, you can't know the other two, because the brain can only comprehend so much. Gosh, I could talk about Douglas Adams for way too long, but he's funny. Um, so yeah. Um, what else? Other than that, I need Tom to ping everyone, and then more people would flood in. No, I am wondering where Random Internet Guy is though. He said he'd be running a little late. If Fonda Astra had something come up, Kevin Pendragon can't make it. I don't know about Ondi and Random Internet Guy though. I guess we're just gonna have to wait.
uh, Andy, I don't remember what Andy said. I mean, you and I can entertain the people. I'm heckin' funny.
Yes, you are. We can
Not
just
really.
chill for the time being.
Yeah.
No, we'll just wait and hope Random Internet Guy and Zach show up. In the meantime, did you ever
Yeah.
read
In the
Hitch?
meantime, I'm spamming the link to all the people I know.
Wonderful. Did you ever read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Mira? Any of the books?
I tried. I didn't realize that it was satire.
Oh, that would
And I
throw a
got,
barrier in it.
yeah, it was one of my sister's all-time favorite books. So I like it's one of those I've meant to try again. Um, because my sister and I did tend to enjoy the same books. But yeah, so usually when I pitch The Princess Bride to people, I'm like, if you like Hitchhiker's Guide, you'll love the Princess Bride book.
Oh gosh, I could rant about The Princess Bride. Please tell me everyone in chat has read The Princess Bride. Otherwise, I'm going to we're just going to turn this into a Princess Bride read along. I've got the book with me. I can
Yeah, I
just
was gonna say everybody like, yeah, I think I also have my copy of the book, unless, oh,
This is
I
my
think it
favorite
actually might
book
be at
in
my
the
ex's
entire
house.
world, but I've never read it. Okay. They kind of work better as audiobooks. You mean Hitchhiker's Guide? Cool. The Hitchhiker's Guide radio show, if I'm going to listen to it. Um, Also, no shame in just having seen the movie. The movie's great. Um, Movie's totally fire. I love it. I know it's not the best received critically, but it's a lot of fun and it's hilarious. And the radio show is probably the best medium in which you can consume Hitchhikers, and all the fits are on YouTube. Um, but Princess Bride, gosh, so the story of A Princess Bride is what you get in a movie. But like the whole point of the Princess Bride book is not about the story. It's not about Buttercup. It's not about pirates and sword fights and whatever. It's about a man who is going through a midlife crisis and tries to reconnect with his son by sharing with him his favorite work of fiction. And then he slowly grapples with what makes a story worth telling and what really gives fiction meaning. Um, Obviously, it's very hard to summarize for that reason. He acts like he's abridging a much longer book. Basically, he will cut around chapters. There's entire chapters where he's just explaining to the reader why he cut that chapter, and he interjects in the text like all the time, like I think this section's weird, but I'm leaving it in for this reason or taking it out for this reason. And there's a lot more to it. There's almost a mini ARG that's still part of the book. You can write the letter. Mira, did you ever write that letter?
Oh, sending the letter to the publishing company?
Yeah, you can send a letter to the publishing company and they'll actually send you a response, which furthers a little bit of the plot.
Yeah, awesome. So they send you a response that's very similar to his explanation in the book. But I saved it for a long time, like through like two or three moves, I saved it. Um, yeah, it's hands down. It's definitely in my top five favorite books of all time.
Yeah, it's
Uh, like
it's
the first chapter is just it's so meta, and I read it in eighth grade, and it was like my first introduction to like a good fourth wall break. Um, what does he say? Like this was before taxes, but after Voltaire, and this was before Europe, but after America and blue jeans. Like, oh my god, it's just everybody just stop watching the stream and just go read Princess Bride.
you're gonna hurt my viewership numbers, gosh.
Okay,
But
well, what if, like, actually, I would be totally down for this. Like, we could just do like reading Princess Bride on live for people. Like like how like Swifty does Game of Thrones abridged, or like
yeah,
we could do
that's true.
just read Princess Bride.
And I've already shared with you my idea for like making a video series about the Princess Bride book because like the only way you could ever possibly adapt the book would be like a mockumentary series where you have a director frantically rambling to a camera for like 90% of the time, interspersed with the actual Princess Bride movie. And I don't know, I feel like I could make that, but that's just another idea I'll probably never get around to. Um, yeah, I've shared that idea. It's maybe in the future, yeah, we could just like do Princess Bride read-alongs and just work through it and not actually read the main book. Like, did you know there's a sequel that they include the first chapter of the sequel?
Quote unquote sequel.
It's a sequel. Do you know that they
I mean,
have
it's a chapter.
it's a chapter of a sequel with a bunch of other stuff and like Indigo's backstory and whatever.
Inigo.
Yes, not Indigo, Indigo. And they've got
Yeah, so I have the well, I used to have the 30th anniversary version. I think it's at my ex's house. I need to get it back, but it had like the illustrations in it. It was like big and had like the oh my god, it's so beautiful.
that's wonderful.
Um,
We have wins. Yes, chat. We have wins. Just watch Nefandastra. Her latest video is about the winds of winter. Um, this is important.
yeah.
But
So I just pinged Andy.
yeah,
Um,
what else about the Princess Bride?
Zach should be home from work shortly. Oh,
Yeah.
um, about Princess Bride. Like, I mean, I can talk about some of my favorite gags.
Oh, I was thinking about the
Ooh,
ending, like how it ends. Not to spoil the ending, but it is absolutely different than the
don't
movie.
don't spoil the ending.
I'm not going to spoil the
I
ending, but
will.
it's different than the movie, and the ending is the best part of the book because that's how you subvert expectations. Just going to
Well,
say
and
that.
we can talk about the production of the movie because William Goldman, the author of the book, actually wrote the screenplay and was involved in the production of the movie. Um, so at the point where Buttercup's dress catches on fire, uh, he yelled. He was on set and he yelled, "Oh no, her dress is on fire!" And the director was like, "The fuck, dude! Like you wrote that." I think
That's
we're past the 5 minute mark. I'm sorry.
no, that's hilarious. Um, I'm also thinking about
uh,
I, that line
we
isn't
could talk
in
about parallels in Song of Ice and Fire or
to the
references.
Princess Bride. That line isn't in the movie,
Yeah.
right? The whole "I am the queen," like when she gets up and "I am the queen," and she just holds the note. That's not in the movie, right? It's one of the
Oh, I
best.
don't remember.
Nick Grimes says if Tiwa doesn't have at least 100 pages of John Satin, he doesn't want it. He don't want it. I can't. I don't have a good
I
John
don't
voice.
want it.
Don't want it.
Oh my god, my
Honestly,
brother looks just like Kit Harington in the show. So like everybody's like, "Oh, Jon Snow is so hot," and I'm like, I cannot relate because that man just looks like my brother. Like all I see is my brother. And I sent a picture of my brother to somebody else today, and she confirmed. Uh, so actually, we've just confirmed a fan theory because I'm Mira Reed's, and my brother looks just like Jon Snow. So Mira Reed and Jon Snow are siblings, confirmed.
I see. What if
um,
Loras Tyrell is actually Rhaegar's bastard?
oh,
I guess that would change something somehow. First off, if
I
Loras
mean,
Tyrell is
it's
dead, it wouldn't
like,
matter. No.
and I mean, like, I guess it's possible, but like, I don't see any evidence for that. I mean, like
No, no, no. You gotta
timeline wise, I
figure
suppose
out
it is
figure out some
technically
evidence.
possible
Think of
because
it. Okay.
Loras is like
So Loras
what?
Loras is a flower. Flowers can be transplanted. It would make
This is
sense.
dumb. I
Oh,
already
come
hate
on. Come
this.
on. We got to think of something. Also, Christy
Ugh.
Angel in chat has is asking if you're
Kirsty.
on Twitter. Oh, Kirsty. I
Oh,
suck at
I'm not
names.
on Twitter.
I'm not on Twitter
Should I make a
either.
Twitter?
Can you
I'll make a
use
Twitter.
Discord? We've got Discord. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
Kirsty, come over to so Kirsty and I have a deal. They're gonna write Kirsty, throw your pronouns in chat if you want, because I want to make sure I'm using the right ones. Uh they're gonna write a fanfic, and I told them that I would narrate it or like do an audio reading of their fanfic so long as it is not rated R, like PG-13 maximum. I really don't want to read gross kissing scenes because that just sounds yucky. Um, romance is fine. I just don't want to no squish. Okay, I'll make a
yeah.
Twitter.
I feel you there. Yeah, chat's telling you to make a Twitter.
I'll make a Twitter.
Yes.
What do you do with a Twitter?
I have no idea. I
Like,
guess tweet people. Loras Tyrell was wounded
ugh.
at Dragonstone. That's correct. He was burned, right? Or he had boiling oil poured on him, or what was it? I don't remember.
Yeah, he had boiling oil.
So if he's half Targaryen, then he's probably just immune to fire because that's how that logic works, right? Oh gosh, I'm hating myself now.
Mhm.
Um,
What is my email?
what is your email? Nobody
I don't
remembers your
fucking know.
email. I
Well,
don't
I've
know
got
your
like
email.
6 emails. I've got 2 school emails, 2 work emails, my personal email, a different personal email, and my YouTube email. And they're all different.
Yeah, I've got too many emails too. Twitter is for saying insane stuff. Yeah, honestly. And I'm not reading Ironborn Tentacle Smut, whoever. That's not what we're doing. Oh, somebody
Ooh,
joined.
who's on the call?
It is I.
Okay, we actually
Zach
have enough.
Attack.
We
Zach
have
McDackery.
Zachary McDackery. I can actually say Zach we're recording when we're live is how it works, but
Zach, we're live. Oh boy.
Zach we're
I kind
live
of figured
already.
as much.
I'm just gonna pull up the actual You're All Wrong game and start going through questions that people have DM'd me. Actually, I'll start with one or two that I thought of myself, and then we'll switch into those so people have more time to message me if they want. But let's see if I can switch over. Hopefully that does it. I'm not sure. I don't know. There's a stream delay, so I can never be sure um, if it's actually working. But I think it is.
I'm making a Twitter. Hold on.
Yeah, Mira's making a Twitter. She's fallen to the dark side.
Always a sad day. Hate to say it.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and ask this first horrible question that I thought of. Let me see here. Okay, this one was actually targeted at Kevin Pendragon, but he's not going to be here, so that's your first hint. But this character travels long distances to treat with a young female dragon rider who has improbably brought back the return of dragons. He appears in a George R.R. Martin work before he is violently killed instantly by a fire-breathing dragon. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
Wait, what? Say it again.
So, this character is from a George R. R. Martin work, and he travels a long distance to treat with a young female dragon rider who shattering all disbelief, brought back dragons to her land. He is killed by Dragonfire in an unexpected twist. Is this character from A Song of Ice and
I'm
Fire?
trying to think if this applies to anybody from Game of Thrones who's a character they made up. Because it's the only other explanation. I guess it could be a Fire and Blood character, but that's also very sus.
I'll count Fire and Blood as part of A Song of Ice and Fire for this question.
Yeah.
But is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire? I need an answer. Nick Grimes in chat says no.
I'm gonna say whatever Zach says.
Zach, what are you saying?
So someone says no. It's too specific to not be a bait and switch, so I'm also going to say no.
Mira, what are you going to say?
I'll say it is, just to have it be a real game.
Okay, so in the sake of keeping it a real game, it is not from A Song of Ice and Fire. That means the point goes to Zach, and I ask him, do you know which character from at least one George R.R. Martin work is killed by a dragonfire after treating with a young female who brings dragons back to her land?
I won't say female if you're talking about a human.
Maybe it's not a human. Maybe it's a dragon.
Okay, that's fair. You can say female if you're talking about animals and objects.
I'm talking about a human.
Or if you're
okay, then it's a woman or girl or lady.
A female human.
We haven't met Captain Time. It's possible he's a Ferengi.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Let's see. I honestly, like, I am not read up on the rest of my George R. R. Martin.
It's costing you.
It is
costing you.
It is costing me a lot. I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna say his name is Joe, and hope that I was right.
Joe, that's a nice try. Chat is actually right. Two different people thinking it's from the Ice Dragon, and it is from the Ice Dragon.
I googled Ice Dragon.
Ice Dragon is very short. You could probably read it in 20 minutes. It's also a very good book, and it has a very powerful ending. It is sort of in that YA style, so it like sort of is. The prose is very simple, and it's a little but at times, especially at the start, but once it gets going, it has this very melancholy tone to it that carries the story very well. The character's name is Hal. So, quick summary of the Ice Dragon. There's a little girl that works on a farm, and basically the farm, the seasons come and go, and she's the only one in her family that really likes the winter. And she kind of becomes one with the winter, and every winter this ice dragon will come, and she starts to learn how to ride it. And no one else thinks that there's ice dragons exist, but eventually she's riding it, and people are like, okay, this isn't good. The ice dragon is powerful. It makes the winter last longer. We sort of need it to go, otherwise we're not going to be able to harvest. Then this invading army from the north attacks them, and they have it's George R. R. Martin, medieval style warfare, so the dragons kind of drive the forces. So battles are really only ever fought in the summer when the dragons are able to survive, because dragons can only thrive in the summer and ice dragons can only thrive in the winter. But eventually the northern forces come lower and lower until they're forced to evacuate the farm, but the little girl stays behind, and in the heat of the summer, the ice dragon comes and rescues her, and she kills 3 enemy dragon riders before the ice dragon sacrifices itself. And that's not the exact ending. You can read the exact ending if you want to know it. I'm just going to tell you it's really good. But one of the allied dragon riders who helps defend their farm is named Hal. And he dies when the 3 enemy dragon riders light him up at the same time. So That was
You
obvious.
just spoiled the whole book for everybody.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. That's what you get
You
for
were like,
listening.
"Hey, go read this book. I'm gonna spoil it for everybody."
No,
You didn't
that's-
even give a
You're-
spoiler
you-
warning.
The reason I did that is so that they'll focus on reading The Princess Bride. It's so they'll
Everybody go read The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Okay, I had another one. This one might be a little simpler. I actually didn't write these out. I just had the characters in mind. So let's see if I can.
Oh, geez, time. You gotta write them out.
Oh, I
That's-
don't
That's how
prepare.
you fake out.
I don't prepare at all.
Did you hear the what I did about this man is associated with the darkness and
No,
how Glidus nearly had an aneurysm? I'm sorry.
Oh my
You
god.
got to give us aneurysms, Captain Time.
Okay, well let's see if this one doesn't.
The Rhaegar one will forever cause me to grumble just the tiniest bit.
Okay.
Called Rhaegar.
Yeah, he's called Rhaegar. It's true.
He is called Rhaegar. Well, in my defense, I also said Robert Baratheon is called Robert.
It's true.
So he is called Robert. All right, sorry, time. We'll shut up.
No, you're good. This question is probably just slightly worse than that. So, this character who can said to be a commander of their group, on a mission, falls in love with a beautiful woman who is revealed to be an agent of the enemy. Eventually, it is discovered that the enemy is more of a misunderstood force, and they eventually part, and there's a continued alliance afterwards. Who is this character, and are they from A Song of Ice and Fire?
Can you repeat that? I apologize.
Yes, this character is said to be a commander of their group, and they engage on a mission, and on the course of the mission, they fall in love with a beautiful woman who gets them or tempts them against their vows. The beautiful woman is revealed to be a part of an enemy group, but it's eventually revealed that that enemy group is also not an adversarial force, but more of a mutually respectable one. Who is this character? Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire? I love just poorly
So the
describing
question is-
characters, and this is good content. You're all
The
wrong.
quest-
It's just horrible.
The question is, you know, I'm gonna say is Song of Ice and Fire. Fuck it.
You're gonna say
I'm
is a
also
song?
gonna say this is a Song of Ice and Fire.
It's not. It's
Damn it!
Damn it!
Gosh.
It's Jon Snow. It's
Yeah,
Jon Snow.
that's the fake
No,
out.
it's not.
So
This is
Eat it.
Benjen Stark in my theory where he's dating another.
What?
so-
Yeah, the Benjen's other woman.
No,
The-
Benjen is Arain Waters.
No. Benjen's living on his farm with his wife, who's another.
no, I think you've
I
gone too
hate
far.
both of you.
Yeah. Point is, this character is not from A Song of Ice and Fire. I'm trying to think about slowly hint it because Mira's just gonna hate me when she figures out who it is. They are from Star
wait,
Trek, though.
hold on. Read it again.
Okay, read it again. I don't actually have it written out. I just have the notes and the ways in which they're similar. This character, said to be a commander of their group, goes on a mission, falls in love with a beautiful woman who tempts them against their vows, and later discovers that the woman is an agent of an adversarial force. Eventually, it's revealed that the adversarial force isn't actually an enemy, but more of a misunderstood, mutually respectable force, and then they part ways.
Is this Ender and he falls in love with the Bug Queen?
No. It's Star
Okay, then
Trek,
I have
though.
no idea.
It's from Star Trek. I was really hoping that I was able to describe it well enough.
Who on?
Who the hell could this possibly be from Star Trek?
Oh, is it Cisco and
No.
Oh, because what Cassidy is part of the Maquis.
No. It's oh my gosh. It's from the very first Star Trek episode.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I can tell.
Well, see, when I hear Star Trek, I think Next Gen or Deep Space Nine, like the good ones. I don't think of Kirk.
Kirk is amazing, and you're wrong. The OST is outstanding, but
You TOS.
the series,
the very
original
first,
series
the captain in the very first episode.
Oh, Pike.
Yes,
Pike.
it's Captain Pike. It's not
Oh,
Captain
okay.
Kirk. So no, you haven't
All
seen
right, that's fine.
you haven't seen The Cage or Mantrap or whatever it's called, the like original
No,
pilot.
I've seen some random episodes of TOS. I've seen Mud's Women. I've seen the one about the one that actually put me off of the original series was there was this psychiatrist who was running like a prison planet, and Kirk and this doctor, beam down, and it's Kirk who like solves the mystery and realizes that his idol is a bad guy. But if they had done that episode on Next Gen or DS9, it would be the doctor woman who solves the mystery because she's the one with the expertise. So, for all that the original series was, had some good forward momentum in a lot of areas, it was still extremely sexist.
I just love the
And
OST
the way
for
that they treated Yeoman Rand, I was not a fan. Like it's okay. I like some of the movies, obviously, but Deep Space Nine is my favorite, closely followed by Next Gen.
Counterpoint. Do you remember when Kirk fought the Gorn? That was really cool.
That was cool.
I didn't watch that one. I've only seen a few episodes. I saw. Ooh, you know what episode we should watch though? Is the one about oh my god, who's the one who like gets god powers, strange energies? Gary Mitchell. We should watch the Gary Mitchell episode, and because it was on the lower decks, and they were like, "What did they do about Gary Mitchell?" And they're like, "Kirk dropped a rock on him," and the doctor's like, "I'm gonna go get a rock," and then she shows up at the end with a forklift. It's awesome. Let's just watch that instead of playing this game.
No, this
Jesse,
game
Jesse
is.
Sturgeon says Space Seed, which is the best episode of the original series. It's so good.
Which one's
It's so
that?
good
Okay.
They made a movie about it.
Which one's Space Seed?
Space Seed is where we meet Khan for
Oh.
the first time.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that one is. I've seen that one.
I think the original series is compelling for a lot of reasons. I think it has very powerful and consistent character development. It explores some very good philosophical themes with its episode because of like what it was trying to do at the time, and I think it does it very well and very effectively.
Yeah, and
So
I don't hate the original series. It's just like, and I will sit down and watch some more episodes. It's just like, if I want to enjoy an evening of television, I would rather watch DS9 or Next Gen or even Voyager. There are some episodes of Voyager. Basically, any episode of Voyager where the main character is the Doctor.
There's a few times where Nazis show up too. So, do you get Nazis in any other Star Trek show? I legitimately don't know.
Yes.
You get them in Voyager too, but they're aliens. You get the French Resistance episode in Voyager, which is amazing.
There's a World War II episode of DS9 where the Ferengi go to Roswell.
Yes.
That's funny.
Little Green Men. That's a classic.
It's a really good one. And also there's a DS9 episode where they go back in time to the Tribble episode, and Captain Sisko actually meets Kirk. And Jadzia Dax, who is a Trill, so she has memories from previous lifetimes, is like, "Oh, I never realized how attractive he was. Those eyes." And Sisko's like, "Kirk?" And she goes, "No, Spock," which is really funny because the actress is actually married to Adam Nimoy, Spock's son.
Yeah.
That's kind
All
of
right,
neat.
I'm going to stop nerding out now. Huh?
That's kind of neat, though.
It's amazing. I love Terry Farrell very much.
Terry Farrell's amazing.
Yeah, well, we know you like Terry Farrell. Zach's avatar is Jadzia Dax.
Jadzia. None of my friends.
Yeah, the first.
I say none of my real life friends as if Tom and Jackson don't exist, but like the majority of my real life friends have watched absolutely zero Star Trek, so they have no context for why Jadzia is my profile pick.
The first time I showed up in the Interesting Nerd Club Discord server, like Zach said hi, and without saying anything else, just in all caps, I said Jadzia, and he goes, yeah. And I was like, I'm sorry, she's just my favorite. She's the best. And he goes, yeah, she is the best. And Zach and I have been friends ever since.
Yes. It was just like, yeah, Jadzia, she's great. Like that's
Jadzia is the best.
anybody who watches Deep Space Nine is gonna be like, oh, this Jadzia character is amazing, and they're correct. That's true.
And they are correct. Everybody go watch DS9, but only episodes with Jadzia.
After
Fuck
you're done
Esme.
after you're done reading The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of homework on the stream.
Yeah,
Yay, homework.
welcome
But most of
to
it's TV.
your newest class where
Oh, Jesse Sturgis talking about the Voyager episode where they get stuck in a simulation with an embodiment of fear played by it's Michael McKean, who plays Chuck McGill on Better Call Saul and is also in Spinal Tap, which I also recommend. Anything with Michael McKean in it is good because Michael McKean's in it.
someone in chat was asking why Random Internet Guy's profile picture is there.
Because he was supposed to be here and he didn't show up.
That's yeah. He's supposedly coming, so he claims. So he's just gonna.
If he won somehow. He shows up like 5 questions late and just goes on a tear.
Yeah. Well, you'll notice he should be falling behind in score, but because of how bad you people are, he's just he's in second. So it doesn't really.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not really much of a loss.
We are 2 questions in. This is a
Yeah.
game of attrition.
I'm gonna pull up a user submitted question here. There was a really good one that I found. I had quite a few. Lord Excelsior had a lot of really good ones. Number 5 that he submitted, though, was this character is underestimated due to his size and is often annoyed by the stupidity of the characters around him. He wins a grand victory by destroying a ship in a fiery explosion. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
No, I'm going to say not Song of Ice and Fire.
I'm going to say not A Song of Ice and Fire also.
Okay. Well, you're both correct. So, yay there. Who has any guesses on who this might be?
Can you read it one more time? I think there's some tricky things going on here.
There's always tricky things going on. This character is underestimated due to his size and often annoyed by the stupidity of the characters around him. He wins a grand victory by destroying a ship in a fiery explosion.
Is this Bean from Ender's Game?
That is actually a good guess. I'm gonna hop over to Zach.
I don't know how it's a grand victory, but this is Wesley Crusher.
That is also not correct. This character is from Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh.
Have either of you seen Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
No.
My brother's the Star Wars aficionado between the two of us.
So everybody watching the stream, I want it on record that Captain Time hosted a game of You're All Wrong that was recorded, and I won that game, but the recording messed up.
It seems to be that like half of the recordings just mess up in general, so this is why we switched to going live, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's just OBS. This is the way.
It just sucks. This character is Colonel Gascon from an 4, I think, Clone Wars episodes where he's like 6 inches tall, but he's this officer that leads a bunch of droids to destroy an enemy capital ship, if I recall correctly. It's a really fun arc, and like for the Clone Wars, it's actually fairly shallow. Not shallow, but it's enjoyable. It's entertaining and it's good. And the Clone Wars gets a lot deeper, but there were still some good deep themes in this one. Yeah, watch the Clone Wars after you're done watching Deep Space Nine, after you're done reading The Princess Bride, after you're done watching all of Nafonda Ostra's videos. Okay.
Yay.
So Random Internet Guy is now in last place, having not participated. That's actually good. Um, I'm gonna Lord Excelsior submitted so many. I'm just gonna go through a few more of his. This person,
Jesse Sturgeon's mentioning. Jesse Sturgeon's mentioning one little ship, the Deep Space Nine episode. That's really great in chat. I understand that episode's kind of dumb, but I adore it. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
I need to watch Deep Space Nine to keep up. I've only seen like 10 episodes of Deep Space Nine in no particular order. Um,
It's the best one to watch in a particular order out of all of them.
okay. This person is often associated. Wait, sorry. This person with an often wondered about eye color is associated with trippy and potentially prophetic visions, and at one point appears to be twinkling in space. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
Wait, read it one more time.
This person with an often wondered about eye color is associated with trippy and potentially prophetic visions, and at one point appears to be twinkling in space.
Ooh. Not Song of Ice and Fire.
Mira's saying not. Zach, what do you say?
I say probably not.
Okay, that's both correct. We're sticking with the not still. No one's been from A Song of Ice and Fire. Mira seemed more confident, so I'm going to have Zach guess first if he has any clue on who this could be.
Is this the Starman that David Bowie's singing about?
Starman that
Are we just
David
wrong about a lot
Bowie's
of things?
singing about.
That's the only thing that's coming to my mind. I don't think that's the correct answer.
Well, I'll write it down and we'll hop over to Mira first.
So somebody Chable said Ziggy Stardust. So
Mira,
This is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
that is correct. It is Lucy in
Waka
the
Waka,
Sky.
girl with kaleidoscope eyes, Zach.
That is 3 more points for Mira. Yeah, you were right that it was from a song, which is honestly fairly impressive. I'm gonna comb through a few more of the user submitted questions here. Find something that's just as unhinged. Okay. This one's from Duke Go, who's the guy who, or I think it's the guy, started the interesting Minecraft server, the unofficial one, if you're in the Discord. So if you play Minecraft, join that. This character could be described as a goat. He has an interest in history, is captured by the powers that be, and gets tortured. He somehow loses his ability to speak and goes insane. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
One more time?
This character could be described as a goat. He has an interest in history, is captured by the powers that be, gets tortured, and loses his ability to speak. And he eventually goes insane.
He could be described as a goat, gets captured, loses the ability to speak, he's tortured, goes insane. A goat, you said?
this is not from A Song of Ice and Fire.
Zach is
Wait,
saying
yeah,
not. Yes, I said goat.
GOAT.
That's how you spell
Okay.
it.
Well, I was just clarifying that you weren't saying like go or like I don't know. All right, not Song of Ice and Fire.
Yep, we're still on not. I'm gonna stick with ones that aren't. So, Mira, do you have a guess on who this could be?
Let's let Zach go first. I need to think.
No, I have the right answer.
Yeah, Zach sounds confident, so we had Zach go first
Okay.
last time, so
Okay, hold on. A goat that gets tortured. This is probably not something I know. I'm gonna go with the goat from uh, the Little Red Riding Hood movie.
And Zach?
I think I'll try to find
Oh, fuck
gravity.
you!
This is
I've
Dr.
never
Who and
actually,
Wicked.
I've never seen Wicked. I only know the Wicked songs because we had to do a Wicked medley for choir in 8th grade.
I
And
love Wicked.
I was so edgy and alternative and emo that I like refused to care about Wicked because it was like the popular musical when I was in middle school.
Well, it's literally the popular musical. If you think of popular, I'll help you be
Oh,
popular.
get
I
out.
I gotta
Zachary
appreciate
Dackery.
I gotta appreciate that chat said Raskolnikov, which is an outstanding answer, by the way, or a fun poll. I don't think it completely fits, but it works. Um, yeah, it's not Raskolnikov, but that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna give that to Zach, which means that he pulls ahead by one more point, and it's gonna be 7-6. And random internet guy is still playing D&D with his
Well
friends.
done.
Yeah,
Fables,
actually,
I also saw it on Broadway and it was amazing.
I'm sure. Actually, I'm hopefully starting voice lessons again soon. That's going to be my reward for being healthy is voice lessons, and I'm gonna request to learn Defying Gravity because I hate myself.
It's a good one.
it's fun to
It's
listen
a
to.
solid choice.
Yeah, I mean
and my
everybody
favorite,
wants to sing that. You know,
my
it's gonna
favorite,
take
my
me
favorite
probably a
song,
year. Hmm?
my favorite song for the show is "As Long as You're Mine." But I'm a sappy romantic who likes duets, so this is to be expected.
I hate romance. Love is dead.
What is dead? We never died.
Love is
Fuck you,
dead.
Zach.
Oh man, this is like the start of a Greyjoy rom com.
I think that would
Where
be
I'm the
horrible.
angry lesbian.
What is dead may never die. Rob Schneider is
No.
Euron Greyjoy.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, we don't blame you at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
Captain Time and I both hate rom-coms.
yeah,
Wrong
I
audience.
for different reasons. We hate all the
understand
same
that.
things for different reasons. It's great.
Which I just love that. Captain Time and I are both filled with hate for the same things for different reasons every time.
It's great.
I'm too chill to hate things.
We're the
Hate something
embodiment of
immediately
that
hate
two
it.
arms meme.
Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, like think of a thing that one of us hates and the other one hates it. Like we should make a whole collection of like the two arms meme.
Just for all the things that just we write lists of things that we hate and then we send it to the other person and we write why we hate it and then we just get the list back and we're like, what? That is not a like I'm glad you hate this too, but like why do you hate it for this reason?
How did you arrive that we like
Yeah.
Use a different formula to get the same answer, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I've always known I was secretly a teenage boy. I do love Blink 182 and longboarding.
All the small things.
True care, truth brings.
Sarah of Oldstones, it says Mira is not like the other children. Mira is so not like the other girls. This is true.
I am like the other girls. I like the other girls. Like I said, I'm an angry lesbian.
Mira is not like the other girls.
I'm not being a pick me. I'm actually just angry.
Mira is not like the other girls. Aaron Fletcher had a calc quiz, and I want to know how it went because I like calc, and calc is important. And if you didn't do well, then I'm gonna publicly shame you. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But I'm curious how the quiz went. In the meantime,
Sure, a good friend of mine online goes by just so every time I see people just type I think they're referencing my friend.
okay.
Which is by design. He did that on purpose.
Here's another one that I got. Keep in mind, anyone in chat, if you direct message me on Discord with a suggested you're all wrong question, I will ask these two, hopefully three nerds it, and we'll see how they do. So if you have any suggestions, just DM me. This one is which character or this character frequently not frequently, is known for saying, "I drink and I know things," and is also known for being a womanizer. They are described as being shorter than the average height. Is this character from A Song of
Not
Ice
Song
and
of Ice and
Fire?
Fire.
Not from A Song of Ice and Fire, Zach.
This is not from A Song of Ice and Fire.
This character is from A Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh.
What?
Fairly simple.
Excuse me?
How did you not get that? I feel like I pretty clearly described a certain character and you just ignored me.
I drink and
mean,
I know things
sure.
is his tagline from the show. He doesn't say that in the book.
It counts. It counts. It's we're assimilating it just like we're assimilating Fire and Blood.
No, 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 no. Last time the show was
Last-
not Song of Ice and Fire.
I get to
And it
change
was
the
clearly a
rules
different
just to
universe.
paint just to annoy you.
We don't know where the quotation marks are. They could be individually around I drink and I know things. It's all like he definitely
Yeah.
says all of those words, not in that order.
He said it. He just he says it. He just doesn't say it in the Song of Ice and Fire books. So the character is Tyrion Lannister. And Tyrion Lannister is from A Song of Ice and Fire, so it counts. And I'm here to just annoy
What
Mira.
argument?
Yeah, I know. I'm just here to mess with Mira. The next question is gonna be Chaos is a ladder, and I'm just gonna continually hurt her.
I'm abstaining. This question is bullshit.
I'm glad.
Because he definitely doesn't say that in the book.
He doesn't
So-
say it in the books,
Okay, so
but it's what he's known for saying.
for the purposes of this game,
But the character
if
is well
something
known
is-
for saying that. Whether or not,
if
It's true. It's true.
That's
Go
what I
ahead,
love about
it's
this.
true.
no, that's why this game's called You're All Wrong. I mean,
Captain Time, it's funnier when when you're able to do it within the rules. Like, this is why I'm Varys and you're Littlefinger, because I would rather outsmart people within the rules, and you would rather just not have rules, I guess.
Chaos is a ladder.
yeah. So the next question is,
Ugh.
what character is best known for saying chaos is a ladder? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's not the next question.
It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I call shenanigans.
Okay. You're still not getting any more points. So there's a Lord Excelsior. She submitted a ton of really good ones, so I got to keep pulling from these. Also,
Lord Excelsior, I would like to get pronouns if we can, because we talk about you a lot.
She
I
said-
believe that
it said
there's-
she and they.
she, her,
She did.
she, they. Okay, dope. Okay,
So
thank you.
she
I
said,
don't ever like to misgender people.
this food-named individual served as an advisor to a monarch and wrote a book that is important to the world's history and is often incorrect. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
Yes.
Sorry, repeat it one more time.
This character named after a food served as an advisor to a monarch and wrote a book that is both important to the world's history and often incorrect.
I'll go with yes also.
This character is not from A Song of Ice and Fire, so you're both wrong. The great thing is that these were all fake outs, so I can just retroactively decide after you answer whether or not it is. Because it's a Schrodinger superposition. It's either
It's one or the other until you.
yeah,
like,
it's
give the
either
answer.
it's
Yeah.
either mushroom or the other character. It's like when you play Hangman. You can just put 6 blanks down and then have all their first guesses be wrong until they just.
Yeah.
Sarah
Okay, so Zach,
Oldstone
what
said
he's
the
saying
Bible.
is-
That's
oh,
that's
that's
not
funny.
that's not a food named individual, but clever.
Sorry, what was
so
it?
Zach-
Oh,
Well, he hasn't given it yet. I was gonna say, Zach, from here on out, you and I always need to answer differently on the first question so that he can't do this.
true.
Okay.
Dang it!
We formed a pact.
I shouldn't have revealed my strategy. But now, you fool, you've given me entire control over who wins the game. I can just choose who I
Well,
want to
you
give
already
points
had
to.
control over who wins
No,
the
I could
game.
keep you equal,
The second the game is no longer a static set of
but now I
names,
get to choose
you
who
don't have to do it all
wins.
per power.
I could
You could already do that before.
No, I could keep you equal and give you the same chance. Now I get to choose who wins. I couldn't give one
Whatever.
player an unfair advantage, but now I can. Point is,
Well, I. Okay.
God does not have a food name, which is a good point.
I thought I thought they wrote the Bible at the Council of Nicaea or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Probably
where
some
they
asshole
basically
named Alfredo.
Saint Alfredo compiled the Bible at the Council of Nicaea.
True.
That's my
Originally
personal
came- originally
headcanon.
came with sauce.
Tune in next week for more historically inaccurate commentary from Mira Reads. Bilbo Baggins. That's a fun guess. If Bilbo was like a food name, and it might be a food name in some other language. I doubt it. Have we asked God? Maybe they go by a nickname. God has a few nicknames, I believe. I don't think any of them are food based, but I don't know. This character is Sir Francis Bacon, and I think this is a
Ah.
really good question because it made me feel
Oh,
very
have you
smart.
guys? What's that quote about Francis Bacon?
Oh, I
Zach,
think
do you know this meme?
It sounds familiar.
Francis Bacon. Hold on, I'm googling. This is one of my favorite things. Knowledge is power. Francis Bacon.
Oh yeah, that one's great.
I'm setting that as my Discord status.
Knowledge is power, Francis Bacon.
Yeah.
I don't have a Discord. I need to think of some cruel Discord status.
Yeah. Everybody go join our Discords. And by ours I mean my friends, because I don't have one. I did make a Twitter. I'm Mira Reads. Because Mira Reads was already taken.
I'm gonna make a Twitter just to follow your Twitter.
Yay! I don't even know what to put on Twitter.
I don't know. I guess you're all wrong questions, and then just laugh at people who get them wrong. I legitimately don't know what to do there. Twitter. I've never used Twitter. Actually, no, that's a lie. I made a Twitter account and I've used it for the Minecraft mob votes when they were on Twitter. As a true nerd, as one should do. Okay, I gotta find another good question here. Gosh, see, Lord Excelsior had too many good ones. I might just stick with these. Let's see. This character mentors himself after a disastrous incident with a tower, and he forces himself to do arguably evil acts in the service of saving the world. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
Sorry,
Say it again?
This character mentors himself after a disastrous incident with a tower, and he forces himself to do arguably evil acts in service of saving the world.
Not Song of Ice and Fire.
Hold on. Repeat this one more time.
This character mentors himself after a disastrous incident with a tower, and he forces himself to do arguably evil acts in service of saving the world.
There's one answer that if it is, I'm gonna be very mad. But I'm gonna say this is not A Song of Ice and Fire.
There's an answer in chat that I'm not gonna say, but is also hilarious.
That's not what I mean. That's referencing the same thing. I was just thinking the other end of it. But
that is thankfully not. That is thankfully not the character. This character is not from A Song of Ice and Fire. I could have said it is. I could have said it's Bran, and you're all wrong. But notice I'm being altruistic and giving you a chance to guess. So, I believe it's Mira's guess to go first here.
Oh, I said not Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes, as for the specific character, it is not from A Song of Ice and Fire. You both got a point. As for the specific character, question mark. I need a character guess. As clueless as you may be.
Roland from Dark Tower series.
Not a bad poll. I'm frankly impressed. Zach
Well,
or
you
McZachary.
can't say it. You have to let Zach guess before you answer, or before you give it away. Because now he knows it's not Roland.
No, that's not for sure. Let's see. Trying to get the name here. I'm hoping it's not George W. Bush because that was the first thought that came to my mind. But who's there for the fall of the Tower of Babel? Hold on. We're gonna go with who's in Genesis. We're gonna go with Abel. We'll go with Abel. I haven't read the Bible.
Yeah, your Bible knowledge is lacking.
I know. Cain and Abel. Cain enables the murder, and then there's the SCP version. But maybe it's the SCP version was there.
The SCP version is not going to help you much because they switch the roles for Cain and Abel in the SCP? Like, isn't Abel like an unstoppable killer? Right?
It's implied that Abel's an unstoppable killer, but it's implied it's because of his like rage for being the first murder victim. And then Cain is very peaceful, but everywhere that Cain goes, like everywhere he steps his foot, no life can grow from there ever again. So he like tries to like stick to deserts and like roads and stuff like that. It's a very interesting switch up. Is my reading is they're still the two people from the Bible. They've just expressed themselves in different ways and become sort of the opposite of what they originally were.
Yeah, and that is sort of consistent with what little we know about Cain. Anyway, Cain, yeah, wherever he walks, stuff can't grow. But back to the question. This one's just cruel, and this one's back to Duke Go, to Minecraft Nerd. I don't know if they're in chat. This character named Rhaegar has long blonde hair, an unusual eye color, and 2 officially known kids. They are a remarkable fighter.
Sorry, what was the answer to the last one?
What was the answer to the last one? What was the last question? I don't even remember.
I don't know, something about a tower.
Oh, did you not guess? No, you did guess. You guessed. Oh, what if I just didn't tell you?
I guessed Roland.
No, it's Tyler Durden.
Oh. I'm not angry about that.
I think the first game I played, there was a similar question about Tyler Durden and the Three-Eyed Crow sort of being a double fake out.
That made a very interesting time in my life.
But back to this character who is named Rhaegar has long blonde hair, an unusual eye color, and 2 officially known kids. They are a remarkable fighter. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
No.
Yes.
Zach says yes. Zach is correct. This character is from A Song of Ice and Fire.
This has to be the same fake out that I did a while ago, and it's Rhaegar Frey.
No, it's Rhaegar Targaryen in this case. There was actually a I'm gonna keep you at 9. That's right. There is a character that Duke Go had not emailed, had discorded me, named Rhaegar Kurdia, I think, from the Noblesse wiki. I have no idea. It's some anime,
Mm.
but there's a character named Rhaegar who has a lot of overlap with Rhaegar from ASWAP, and
I can't believe you just wasted a Rhaegar question when we didn't have the whole squad here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it again. Don't worry, because
Yeah, but we're gonna know.
no, you're not. You're just gonna know that it's possibly a fake out, and I could just be doing Rhaegar Targaryen again.
We need to. We're gonna have a little meeting after this.
Yeah,
Captain Time.
I'm gonna leave
Yeah.
after this, and I'm just gonna run away. Just hide
Fugitive
myself.
from the law. I'm just gonna have a kid named Rhaegar, and like make him do a bunch of weird things so I can eventually stump people, and you're all wrong. It's,
Yeah, that's a really
gotta-
good point.
I've got to up the number of existing Rhaegars so I can dupe people.
I'm gonna get some kids and name them like I'm gonna name them Khaleesi, not for the cringe reason, but
Oh God.
just for the point of messing
Who is
with
allowing
people.
you to have kids?
These are my triplets: Rhaegar, Daenerys, and the Shrouded Lord.
Oh my God.
We call him Little Shroudy.
And then we ask the "you're all wrong" questions, and it's like, well, you don't know my own children. This is a you problem.
George R. Martin was in Sharknado, yes.
Was he?
He's in the third Sharknado. He dies at a wedding.
Really?
No.
This is true?
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Okay.
In the third Sharknado movie, the Sharknado flies over a wedding, and George R. R. Martin is there, and he gets killed by sharks at the wedding.
That's
And the joke
incredible.
is he's dying at a wedding.
That's incredible, and I need to go watch the Sharknado movies now. Funny story, my not elementary, middle school math teacher, she knew the person who came up with the concept of Sharknado, and he was so embarrassed and like thought it was such a dumb idea, he like gave it away to someone. But I don't remember the guy's name, but they're friends, like tangential friends with the people, the main dude who thought of the Sharknado universe and sold it to whatever studio made it.
They filmed several scenes from I believe the first one, very close to where I grew up. So like literally like moonwalking distance from my old family home. It's kind of funny because I didn't know that until well after it came out. Those productions like fly under the radar.
Yeah. Gosh, that's just
Yay.
Jesse Sturgeon, yes, what you're describing, that is Sharknado.
as I understand the movies get progressively more and more like just unhinged for the sake of being unhinged, and that just sounds lovable. Like once they get to the point that they're not taking themselves seriously or whatever, like I've heard that there's like radioactive sharks that you have to use water from Niagara Falls to fight them or whatever. Like, I don't know. I've just heard
Yeah.
weird stuff about it, and it's like, honestly, sounds super fun.
I think the dumber it gets, the less fun it is, because there's a certain joy in taking a dumb concept completely seriously. Like that's some of the things I like about like slasher movies in the 80s that like have a like ridiculous killer. It's just like, no, they're really being hunted down by a leprechaun, like stuff like that. Can be fun, but I don't know. The more we do, well, then again, if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have got the amazing Leprechaun into Hood, which is a cinematic masterpiece. So maybe there's some point to having some fun with it too.
I have no idea what's going on.
I hardly know. We're talking about Sharknado.
About the Leprechaun movies.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, I thought we were on Sharknado. Shoot, I'm behind.
Yeah. I've heard of the Leprechaun movies.
I have not heard of
they're,
them.
They're a little bit more balanced in how to take a dumb concept and have fun with it, I feel like. There's not like people jumping through the air with chainsaws like there is in Sharknado. Unless I'm mixing that up with another shark-themed asylum film.
Okay,
It's been a hot minute.
I've got another question, but it's not worded the best, so I'm gonna see if I can finagle it into something meaningful here. This um this old mortal character who is near death could be said to be the last of his kind. Before he passes, he provides mentorship to a younger character who we follow throughout the story. Take that vague description.
Mm.
One more time, please.
This old and mortal character could said to be the last of his kind. He struggles to recall everything in his life properly, and he provides mentorship to a younger character who we follow throughout the story. This one's pretty vague, but
not Song of Ice and Fire.
Mirror's saying not. Zach,
I'm also saying not A Song of Ice and Fire.
this character is not from A Song of Ice and Fire. See, I could have said it was like Maester Aemon, and I could have bamboozled you. But do we have any guesses?
I need you to read it one more time. I'm like still making my Twitter.
Oh. This character is a older sorry. This older mortal could be said to be the last of their kind. Before they pass, they provide mentorship to a younger character that we follow throughout the story. I think that hit on all the points.
This could be Obi-Wan Kenobi. This could be Merlin. This could be
Yes!
Rom from
That's
Aragon.
why this character that's why this is amazing. But I need one guess.
I was also thinking Brom.
That's funny. I'm gonna we've already had a Star Wars question. I'm gonna say Brum from Aragon. Fuck it.
Zach,
So, read it one more time if you don't mind.
I don't have an exact wording. That's why it's weird reading it.
That's tough.
This old character provides mentorship to a younger character before they pass. We follow the younger character throughout the story, and they could said to be the last of their group.
I
probably should have.
Originally going with Brom.
Oh, it could be Yoda.
Obi-Wan Kenobi feels more fitting to me, so I'm gonna go with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You're not Yoda?
So I'm gonna give 4 points to Random Internet Guy for getting this one correct in his absence, because
The Random Internet Guy?
yes, this character is nobody. More accurately, Nemo Nobody. Which someone in the comments actually got correct, Jesse Sturgeon.
To Random Internet Guy.
Yes,
who's not playing.
Yeah, he did not submit an answer, meaning his answer was nobody. And nobody happens to be the correct answer here. So Random Internet Guy is on the board.
Mr. Nobody?
Yes, from the movie Mr. Nobody. Jesse Sturgeon was correct. I love this game. It's a great way to torture yourself and ruin your friendships. And the Interesting Nerd Club is...
I mean, I did put you through Extreme Jeopardy. In some capacity, I do deserve this.
Yeah, I'm still like, I'm still broken from Jeopardy, honestly.
Oh no, those are like draining. I don't want to ever have to do one of those again. But I'll like seriously, those are literally torture. Cannot exaggerate how horrible they are.
I had a fun time. Okay.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, so Random Internet Guy's on the board. I'm trying to think about more ways in which we could bring Random Internet Guy on. But someone just DM'd me another question. This one's from Chables this time. This specialist, known for his awkward charm and problematic relationship with women is recruited as part of a team for an expedition where he is shocked by the revival of once extinct reptiles.
Repeat it one more time.
This specialist, known for his awkward charm and problematic relationship with women, is recruited as part of a team for an expedition where he is shocked by the revival of once extinct reptiles.
Not Song of Ice and Fire.
It's not Song of Ice and Fire.
Again, I could rig the game.
Your chat was so preoccupied over whether they could, they didn't think if they should.
Hold on. Mira, what is your guess?
Ian from Jurassic Park.
And Zach?
This is Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park, absolutely.
That's interesting because that's a good pull, and that is totally the right answer, but that is not what the person who DM'd me this had in mind.
Oh no.
This is a character I am not familiar with, but I know the medium that they're from, and I believe I can confirm that this is right. This is Professor Challenger from Lost World by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Which I believe is also about dinosaurs coming back. It's been a while since I've read it, and I don't even think I finished it. Point is, you can get answers right and then just not get any points because someone who DM'd me a random question doesn't want you to win today.
Whoever submitted that, I just want you to know that knowledge took no discipline to attain. You stood on the shoulders of search engines, and now you're selling it. You're selling it. Sorry, I like Jurassic Park a lot, and I rewatched it the other day.
I love the Jurassic Park book, the first one. The second one's really not that good. I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, the second one was made because he was offered a shit ton of money to make a second one. He didn't want to.
Okay, like you can tell.
Yeah. Spielberg doesn't do sequels. He hates it.
I'm talking about the books.
Both, yes, both the movie and the book were contractually obligated, and they both feel like they're contractually obligated.
And that's what's like the second book. He's still a good enough author that you can tell he sort of tried, but also like you can tell he didn't have the ideas. Like the first book is a very well crafted psychological horror, and it's like hard science fiction. It talks about mathematics and like human understanding, and then the dinosaurs are just there to like show how things get worse. Just like The Princess Bride isn't about sword fighting and pirates, Jurassic Park is not about dinosaurs or an amusement park. It's about hubris, basically.
It's about the logistical failures that are going to be in place in any system, as well as the realities of running a park staffed and maintained by humans who are fallible. That is a huge point they drive home throughout the book. It's very good. The movie is also drives this point home, but is also just awesome and cool and really fun, and you should watch
it. The book also really focuses on the problems with science being revered as some sort of infallible end of human pursuit. We should only study science as an end in of itself. It really challenges the idea that somehow science is inherently good or inherently beneficial to the human experience. And I really like that because it's not anti-science. It just explores the merits of science and the shortcomings of science and where science really breaks down, especially when it encounters human nature. This is the way I feel about
really cool, but Michael Crichton made the wrong argument because bringing dinosaurs back is awesome and we should do it.
That's also a good point. So I'm going to switch to your side. But I feel like Jurassic Park would be better adapted if there were no dinosaurs in the movie. I also feel like The Princess Bride would be better adapted if there was no princess in the movie. Because these books are stories that are so meta about other morals that when you adapt them to screen, you have to spend so much time showing the dinosaurs or showing the dinosaur plot that you can't. It's like The Count of Monte Cristo. I'm sure a lot of you have read The Count of Monte Cristo. Like, there's so much setup in The Count of Monte Cristo that like the first 20, like 50, 70 pages, I don't remember, in any movie adaptation takes the first hour of the movie. So like you spend the first hour of the movie doing all the setup and everything, and then you have only got an hour left to go through all the payoffs. And in the book, that's, several hundred pages. Um, but in the movie, it's half the movie because some stuff just can't be adapted. Um,
Does the Count of Monte Cristo have dinosaurs in it?
Honestly, somebody write that fan fiction and I will read it, and put it on YouTube and I'll pay you money. Um, but no, I don't think it does. Okay, Aaron Fletcher's telling me not to speak ill of the Princess Bride movie. I would like to point out that the Princess Bride movie is phenomenal and is nearly perfect, and that is because the book is literally perfection. It is infinite goodness in a book. And any fraction of infinity, no matter how small, is still infinity. So a butchered adaptation of The Princess Bride is still going to be phenomenal because the Princess Bride book is just that good. So yes, I love the Princess Bride book. I can also tell you it's not an adaptation of the book at all. Or I love the movie. The movie is not an adaptation of the book at all. Even if the same guy wrote it, because the movie is about the story of the Princess Bride and not about the book The Princess Bride, which is fine and it's really enjoyable. It's just inferior. Just got to say that. Anyway, I don't have many questions left.
Count of Monte Cristo, the Count is a Velociraptor. Yes, please write this. I will read it. I haven't read the Count of Monte Cristo, but the second you tell me the Count is a Velociraptor, it's gonna be like on my reading list.
You haven't read The Count of Monte Cristo? I
have not read the Count of Monte
quick,
Cristo.
somebody DM me a question with a fake out that's a Count of Monte Cristo answer for You're All Wrong, and I'll punish these nerds for not reading one of the most satisfying revenge books ever written. No, I really have you read the Count of Monte Cristo, Mira?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I've read the Cask of Amontillado.
I don't know what that is.
It's Edgar Allan Poe. I actually in 8th grade did a comparative lit paper on short stories of Stephen King and Edgar Allan Poe. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, I've read a lot of Poe, so I might have read it and not remembered. What's it about?
It's all I remember is this guy offers this other guy Amontillado, and then they go down in the wine cellar, and then he bricks up the guy in the wall.
Yeah. Okay. There's a few different there's a few different Poe stories where he buries a guy in his house and then has to deal with it on his conscience. Yeah, there's the
Telltale Heart where he hears the heart under the floorboards.
That's the famous one.
Yeah. Well, the reason I remember this paper, Doug Miles, if you're listening to this, I want you to know I haven't forgotten. He gave me a 97 out of 100 because I used the word etc.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, you ding dong.
Very
it was very petty and passive aggressive, Doug Miles. I hope you're watching this. He was my 8th grade English teacher. He also ran Guitar Club. Maybe this is why I don't like musicians. It all goes back to Doug Miles. I'm going to keep saying his name. Hopefully he sees this.
Okay, so going back to respond to chat really quickly, the homework list now includes you read the Count of Monte Cristo after you're done reading the Bible, after you're done reading the Princess Bride, after you're done watching Deep Space Nine, after you're done reading The Ice Dragon, after you're done watching all of Neff and Dasper's videos.
Somebody ask AltSwiftX to do the Bible abridged for us so we don't have to read it.
I think my problem with the Bible is there's some dinosaurs in it.
Well, there's Leviathan and there's a few other things. So
if you're Catholic, you have to believe in the Trask. So
Yeah, and there's like I guess the Nephilim aren't dinosaurs, but like they sort of could be. Like we could get into whack Bible conspiracy theories, but I don't know if I don't know how much of my audience like even knows what the Nephilim are. Mira, would you? Do you know what the Nephilim are? I don't know.
Types of angels, right?
Sort of. They're like
Oh yeah.
half
Well,
angel,
because it
half human giants that lived on Earth, and like
yeah,
they're
because
pretty.
the eem like seraphim and yeah, it's the ending of the word tells us that they're yeah.
Yes, the Nephilim are giants, as Nick Grimes says in chat. That is correct. They they were not Neanderthals because they, according to the Bible, were above.
Taller. Neanderthals were shorter than
Yeah,
Homo sapiens, right?
Neanderthals were like on
Ooh,
average five
speaking of
feet. Nephilim were like 12
spe-
feet on average, I think. I don't remember what it was. Obviously, it wasn't in feet, but
okay, but well, there aren't any like archaeological finds of Nephilim. But I was gonna say, speaking of Neanderthals and books, everybody go read Clan of the Cave Bear. It's very good. She actually wrote 6 books in the series. Don't read the last one. It made me like want to break up with my husband and burn the book. But read 1 through 5. I mean, I did wind up breaking up with my husband later for unrelated reasons, but
It has
Sir,
nothing to do with the book.
it had nothing to do with the book.
Sarah of Oldstone says that Alt Shift X should read the Book of Revelations. I would like to point out that LML does have a few good videos on Christian mythology as well as other world
Hmm.
mythology.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, well, I mean, his name is David Lightbringer.
yeah, Lucifer means like Eve Did Nothing Wrong is a really good video by him. I think that was one of
Ooh,
his
I would
first
watch
ones.
that.
It's not really about Eve not doing anything wrong, but just more about the how different creation myths discuss choice and everything. It's
Yeah,
a good
but
video.
I'm saying like I like comparative mythology.
Well,
I
and
would
that's
watch
what
the
LML
video.
does. Like
Yeah,
he's all
that's
about
why
comparative
yeah.
mythology. Yeah. No, I know you know.
I just wish his videos were like a little shorter. Like I wish like cuz he does these long like 2-hour podcasts. I wish he would do and LML if you're watching this, I'm not like criticizing. I really like your ideas. Like this is my request. If you would compile like shorts, like take some of your longer episodes and then do like, you know, like a highlights reel for
I'm,
those of us who want to just like get the gist of the theory from the video. I think that would be very popular. LML.
I mean, he does like have a few short
Oh,
videos. He has short form content. It's just not as much.
yeah, but like I think that would be very popular. Is like even if he did like a second channel and just uploaded like uh not like clip shows, but like you know abbreviated versions of his longer ones. Um, actually, In Deep Geek started doing that. He separated out his live streams from his short content because his videos are usually I think they're all less than 20 minutes. And then all of his live streams and everything, like you know, the hour, 2 hour ones are over on the other channel. Very smart. He's a smart guy. They're both smart guys. We love In Deep Geek and David Lightbringer over here.
Sorry, I'm
Are we
writing.
still playing a game?
Yes, we're still playing a game because I'm trying to write out this next. I'm trying to write out this next question. We'll make it for double points just to have stakes, I guess. I don't know, maybe not double points. We'll see. Maybe add a few.
Thanks.
Let's make it for double points. I'm just writing it out so it's actually consistent. Um, um, keep talking about why they should watch Deep Space Nine or something while I figure this out.
So, there's some really good episodes. There's some really like weird episodes that I don't know if they're good, but they sure are fun to talk about. There's a lot of Miles O'Brien has horrible things happen to him episodes, and all of those are good except for one of them, which is very bad but interesting to talk about. And yeah, that's my brief summary as to why you should watch Deep Space Nine. Miles O'Brien, Dr. Bashir, and of course, Jadzia Dax. And you know, Cisco is pretty cool, and Quark's pretty cool, and Odo is pretty cool. They've like the most well-rounded cast out of all the tracks, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I just watched The Wire last night. Not The Wire, the show, which you should also all go watch. But The Wire, the episode about Garrick, which I love. Um, Also Fargo. Fargo is a phenomenal TV show. If you like Christian mythology and like pseudo sci-fi and crime and really good ensemble casts, and Coen brothers, like I think Fargo is actually better than The Wire. I think Fargo is quite possibly the greatest television show I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. I am saying
Okay,
that.
wow.
I'm going to stand up here right now on the stream and say that Fargo is the best show ever on television in the history of television.
Is it better than
Wow, that's
Firefly
praise.
though?
Yes,
Are you
it is
sure?
incredible. I am positive because Firefly is good and I enjoy Firefly. And there's some truly wonderful moments, but Fargo is like, it strokes all the parts of your brain because it has a little bit of that like dark comedy to it, but it's also got the criminal element, it's got the mystery, it's got a little bit of the supernatural and mythology. It rewards you if you're paying attention, but it's not overly complicated, so that an ordinary person could watch it and follow along. It's like if you liked season 1 of Game of Thrones and wished that the rest of Game of Thrones was that good, go watch Fargo. I cannot tell you enough how much I love that freaking show. Like,
Yeah, that's my praise.
and I am incredibly picky about television. Like, if you finished House of the Dragon and you're needing a fix of like a good, detail oriented, incredible dialogue, great acting, tight casting television show, Fargo has 4 seasons out. I will admit I have not watched season 4 yet. Need to do that. But 1, 2, and 3 are all fantastic in different ways. My first time through, I think 1 was my favorite, but after going through a second time, I think 2 might actually be my favorite now. I will give you a warning. It is very violent. And there are 2 major gross out scenes in season 3. One of the characters is bulimic in season 3. But I actually would love to do some Fargo theory videos. Maybe we could do that on Interesting Nerd Network.
Ooh,
Because I don't.
sure. We can
Yeah,
take
yeah,
a
yeah.
walk. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some major Fargo theories that I just like need to share with humans. So go watch it. It's, oh my god, like Billy Bob Thornton. I had never seen him in anything. I didn't know who he was, and like some of the most incredible acting I've ever seen. And everybody's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's an asshole, but apparently he's a great dramatic actor. And it also has Bilbo from the Hobbit trilogy. Who else does it have? Oh, Nick Offerman is in season 2.
We love Nick Offerman.
I love Nick Offerman. Oh, who else is in it? David Thewlis is in season 3. He plays Professor Lupin in the movies that shall not be named. He's also just an incredible actor. I love David Thewlis. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. If anybody knows, go ahead and correct me. You still need us to stall time?
No, I've got it for all the marbles here. The final question.
For all the
Okay.
marbles.
Let's see. This character, who does encounter a giant on his journey southward, barely survives elemental perils and ends his journey alone in an unwelcoming castle that seeks to kill him. Is this character from A Song of Ice and Fire?
To say yes, it is Song of Ice and Fire.
I'm just going
Can
to
you
say,
repeat it one more time?
give me a second here. This character, who encounters a giant in his journey southward, barely survives elemental perils and ends his journey alone in an unwelcoming castle that seeks to kill him.
I'm gonna say it's not A Song of Ice and Fire.
You're going to say not A Song of Ice and Fire. This character is not from A Song of Ice and Fire. So
Oh, I was going to say The Last Hero.
I just want to see if you can get it, Zach.
Okay, repeat it one more time.
This character, who encounters a giant in his journey southward, barely survives elemental perils and ends his journey alone in an unwelcoming castle that seeks to kill him.
Ends his journey alone. Well, it's not Odysseus, right? He ends up in a castle with his wife and son. He does meet a giant, and he gets blown all over the place. So at some point, he went south. Although his journey is like west back from Asia Minor.
I said southward,
Southward.
not
Yeah,
exclusively.
that's true. You know what? I'll say Odysseus and be wrong.
I will count that. The moniker I was looking for was Nemo, which is Latin for nobody, meaning random internet guy is going to get 8 more points, edging out Mira. But
That's
since
not
this is
fair.
random internet
You're
guy
an
is
asshole.
random internet guy it comes up to second place, smashing Mira, who, despite being here, didn't do as good as the guy who wasn't here. Zach wins though. Yeah. Oh gosh, I could have had random internet guy maybe catch up a little bit more if I did Captain Nemo as well. I could have like done a pull from not from like Journey to the Center of the Earth or like 20,000 Leagues, but like from LGX, like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That would be kind of funny. Anyway.
That would be something. I don't know what that something is, but it would be.
This is a horrible game, but I would like Mira to tell us where the. I'm sure all these nerds know where to find you. There's only like 13 of them, and they're probably all subscribed to you. But in case they aren't, who are you, and why do you love this game so much?
I hate this game. You can find me at Mira Reads on YouTube. I also linked my Twitter somewhere in chat. Yeah. My Twitter is I'm Mira Reads. I am Mira Reads. Because Mira Reads was taken.
You could have done like what Dream did, have Mira Reads was taken, Dream was taken.
Oh, I could probably change it.
The less you can reference Dream, the better.
Okay, the character who had the player today who did better than Mira did, a random internet guy, despite not being here. He just hit 2,000 subscribers. He's going to be streaming soon too. Like not tonight, but random internet guy with 12 whole points. Go subscribe to him if you haven't. He's got funny videos. And Zach from the club, say your piece.
Yeah, it's me, Zach from the club, the Interesting Nerd Club, the Interesting Nerd Network, the Zach from the Club channel, where I have a video essay about Congressman Leo Ryan, somebody I'm fascinated with, and did probably the most detailed research project that has ever existed on his life because nobody else would. And speaking of incredibly detailed research projects that nobody else would put the effort into, I plan on doing more of those, so subscribe as I bring to life parts of history that would otherwise be forgotten. The other day at Jeopardy, we were talking about my meme mashup channel, DJ Zoda, which I don't usually talk about, but you can find it if you want. It's got some memes, it's got some mashups. And then those are the places you can find me easily. There's other places like the SCP Wiki and a prominent Cards to Find 4 mod, but I'm not revealing those. I deal my cards slowly.
Yeah, we'll have a doxing Zach stream in the future.
That'd be a fun one. Set that one for like a year from today. Just like schedule it way out.
Yeah.
Face reveal?
But I have a face reveal in the Interesting Nerd Club Discord. If you go to the cosplay channel, I've posted some of my cosplays, which have my face in them. So if you want to dox me, you can start there.
All right. One last thing before I leave you all, fine nerds who have gathered here today. Thank you all very much for making it. It means a lot. Like seriously, I'm just like chilling here and torturing people for fun.
Oh, wait, we're not
DJ
gonna like riff and hang out?
Yes, we are, but we can kill each other in VC afterwards, but I do want to end the stream partially because I had this amazing. If we ever had technical difficulties, I had this amazing. I'll switch to it now. I had this amazing slide that I would show, but it's not. I never had to use it, fortunately and unfortunately. Anyway, I want to say thank you all very much again, and take care and have a good night. I'll see you all in the future. Goodbye.
Goodbye, chat.
Later, skaters.
Okay, it should be